What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another Old School Wednesday review. Today we're returning to the Cowboys theme and taking a look at the Bandits secret hideout that set 6761. It had 250 pieces, 5 minifigures retailed for $40 USD, and it came out in 1996. Now nowadays this is going for 504 new or 106 used. If you have this sealed, it's appreciated a ton. As a word of advice, don't go out and pay 506 US for it or 504 US. It's not worth that, but if you can get this for a good deal, like $100, I think it's worth that all day long. But we're gonna take a look at its positives and negatives and see where it stands and why I say that. But enough talk. Let's get right into it. And to start us off, we'll begin by giving you guys a 360 view of the Bandits hideout, or abandoned gold mine, depending on what you want to call it. Love the overall look of this set. Take a look at the base plate. We will center in on that a little bit more. Love the old school base plates. And then here's the rear of the hideout. We will center in on that a little bit more. And then back here, there's a little hidden area where they can play cards, which is kind of funny. There's no seats or anything, but you get the point. This is supposed to be quite a rugged build. It's an abandoned gold mine, so it makes sense. Let's now break it down area by area. And the first thing that we'll center in on is going to be just these horses. These are the old school 90s horses and late 80s horses, and you could move their head up and down, but other than that, they weren't very much or much more movable, but still like these ones quite a bit. This is the Colonel's horse, and as you can see, it also has the flag with the cross sabers, and he has that awesome trumpet. This is made in that same chrome that the old school coins are made out of. Really like that. And it's somewhat unique. There's not many other themes that included it. The only other one that's coming to mind is the Time Twisters. And then the last horse is basically just this pack horse. I also like the fact that you get a black, white, and brown horse. That's all the colors that they had for the old school horses. And what's inside? Well, I'll show you guys. There's an area to store a rifle. And then on the other side of the horse, there's a safe. Now, if you open up the safe, includes a couple of those old school chrome coins. Love these. By far, it's my favorite money that LEGO's ever made. And the main feature of this set, let's just show that off. So let's say that the Colonel's walking down and the horse trips or crosses this wire, or this rope I should say. Well, it brings down the cannon. So it's a pretty simple feature, but I do like it quite a bit. Here's the cannon that they do use. It is not a shooting cannon, in case you guys are wondering. It's just one of the old school North American ones. And then getting back into the hideout, the other thing I wanted to show off was the fact that it has this printed piece that says "Keep Out." Kind of scary. And then, yeah, there's also a gold mine sticker on the top right here. It's not a printed piece, unfortunately. And then, yeah, getting to the back right here, I wanted to show off this printed piece just a little bit more. It's one of the few pieces where we ever see LEGO cards. I think it's the only theme that includes this unique piece. And then getting into the interior of the mine, on the top, you'll notice they have this, it's not a machine gun or anything like that. That didn't really exist yet. But it's, you know, it's where they store all these rifles, and it's kind of to give you the idea of that, maybe a Western version of it. I believe the machine gun didn't come out till the early 1900s, but they did have a version, a Gatling gun, I think, that came out in the 1890s. So this is what this kind of reminds me of. And there is another feature to this. If you pull this little piece back, it will drop a barrel, which is kind of cool. The inside is pretty lackluster. All you have is just a window that opens up and a little chair. A lot of empty space. That's probably my only complaint with this model. And then moving to this side, you'll notice they have a water barrel along with a little staircase leading to the hideout. And just giving you guys a little bit better view of the base plate. Let's just raise it. Pretty good looking. Does look like it's been traveled on a lot, at least from the printing. Overall, really like this set. There's not too many negatives with it. And there's a lot of hiding places. There's one more actually. Just remove this. And you have another area where you can kind of store some coins, as you can see right there. And then I'll also show off this little parrot. Pretty cool looking little bird. Let's now take a look at the minifigures. Here we have the 2 US soldiers. So we have Colonel Colt Carson, along with just a standard US soldier. Love the fact that their belt buckle says US. And then give you guys a view of their back torsos and back face. Non-printing. They didn't really do that back in the 90s. But again, like I always say, I love the 90s minifigures just because they are detailed, but they're not overly detailed, kind of giving them a simplistic charm. As much as I do like the modern minifigure, I still have a soft spot for these guys. Let's just remove their bandanas and give you guys a little bit better view of their torso printing. And now that we have it removed, you can get a little bit better view. Love the fact that he has suspenders. And I just recently found out that this guy is a colonel. He's not a lieutenant. I thought there was only one colonel in this theme, but there are 2. Let's now take a look at the bandits. And here we have the 3 amigos. So we have Black Bart, Flatfoot Thompson, along with Dewey Cheatham. Love their names. Really like the fact that they did this back in the 90s. They had so many named characters, and their torso printing is just incredible. It's very odd that Flatfoot Thompson has nose printing. They did that with the Native Americans as well, but I still think it looks quite good. It's different, right? Give you guys a view of their back torsos. There is no printing and no back face printing as well, which would look kind of odd. It would be exposed since they are just wearing hats. Let's just remove their bandanas and give you guys a little bit better view of their torsos and Black Bart's face. And having removed the bandanas, you can get a little bit better view of what their torsos look like. You can see Black Bart's necktie along with Flatfoot Thompson's chest hair, and then Black Bart's face. I really think he was inspired off of Bandito. That's just really what he reminds me of. Again, I think these minifigures are great. I like the fact that Flatfoot Thompson is missing a bunch of teeth. These are definitely among some of my favorite 90s minifigures. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. This set perfectly encompasses what the Wild West theme was all about. I love the fact that it's called the Bandit Secret Hideout. That's what it is, but it's just such a basic name, but it covers what it's supposed to be, right? I like the fact that it's an abandoned gold mine, and yeah, you get 5 minifigures, you get all the bandits. You also get a pretty decent build. That feature where that cannon rolls out is pretty cool. The base plate, again, is awesome. That's one thing I love about 90s and 80s sets, with the base plates. And this one's great. You get a number of those big, ugly rock pieces that kind of make it up. The only thing is they could have had maybe a little bit larger interior. Like in the back here, there's a lot of empty space. But again, if you want to mod this and make this have a larger interior, you can do that. But overall, I definitely think that this is a good one to get. Don't pay 500 bucks for it new, but if you can get it, a decent deal on it used, I'd say go out and buy it. Just make sure it's in good condition. But as always, guys, let me know what your personal thoughts are on this one. If you like it, if you don't, and any areas you think they could maybe improve on it. Always interested to hear your guys' take, but that pretty well does the review. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. And click that bell so you're notified for any future Wild West reviews or any older reviews. We do one of them or 2 of them every single month. But that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.